So whenever I do a stolen Hellcat Charger or Challenger video, there's always the inevitable comment, you need a garage. You need a garage. If you own a Scat Pack Hellcat, you need a garage. If you own a Charger, Challenger, Durango, Jeep, T-Rex, you need a garage. Have a garage. If you can't afford a garage, you can't afford these cars. Well, having a garage is not everything, all right? Having a garage is just another deterrent to slow them down, but it's not going to stop them completely. You need real security. But I've got a video right here that's going to prove exactly why having a garage is not everything and it's not the only thing. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video, man. So you can tell I'm in a car that makes it a car blog. You already know what's going down when I come around. Let's get into it. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around because you're in the right place for everyone else. Hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. Should be somewhere down here so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So I'm not even going to waste your time. Let's just get into the video. Video's only 1 minute and 6 seconds here. We've got a white on white Charger Hellcat here. And it is a Hellcat because I talked to the owner. He said it was a Hellcat. Looks like they're just at the front gate, you know, trying to leave. But there's only one problem. The person that's getting out of this car is not the owner. It's the thief that's stealing this car. Somehow or another, they were able to break into the garage or get into the garage, which looks like a parking garage for like an apartment complex or a condo or something like that. Broke into the Hellcat. Now they're trying to, I don't know, jimmy or break into the garage system so that the garage will, you know, the garage door will be let up. Another person hops out the passenger seat. They all got on masks, so obviously they're stealing this car. They hop back in the Charger. Somehow or another, the garage door goes up. They're not in a rush at all. They're taking their time. Hops in the Hellcat Charger, takes off. You should see another car that's right there on the other side of that garage door. Follows them out. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Hellcat Charger stolen in 1 minute and 6 seconds from a garage. So in this particular case, I believe that this subscriber lives in a condo. And they have one of those parking garages where, that was a lot of spit, my bad. There are a lot of pause. They live in a parking garage where it's a huge parking garage and you share it with, you know, the other tenants in the neighborhood or the other tenants in the building or whatever the case may be. But it has a garage door. So you have to have, I'm assuming, a key code or a key or some sort of pass that, you know, indicates that this is your place to park, this is your car to park, so on and so forth. He had all that, had his car behind the garage, or in a garage rather. Didn't stop people from breaking in. He believes that it's an inside job. It looks like an inside job to me because the likelihood that they're able to just break into the garage and suddenly find a white wide-body Charger Hellcat is slim to none. 9 times out of 10, based on what the subscriber was telling me and what I'm seeing here, somebody was watching him. Somebody was watching him come or leave and come home. And they knew that he had a white wide-body Charger Hellcat just, you know, sitting in the parking garage. And they knew exactly what time to hit or what time to strike so that they could steal that car with ease. I mean, they took their time with this job. I mean, the guy was, he got out the car, closed the door. The passenger got out his car, you know, closed the door, walked around, wasn't running or nothing, walked around casually. They did whatever they had to do to the little, you know, the booth where you, I would assume, type in your code or whatever. Or the machine where you type in your code, and somehow or another the garage door opened. Both of them hopped back in with no problem, took off. And then you saw another car on the other side, which was obviously probably a Stolo as well. And they were all in it, and the car is gone just like that. This is not the first time that I've heard of a car being stolen from a parking garage, right? A parking garage with a garage door that opens, shuts, all that stuff. It happens more than you think. Having a garage is not everything, especially when you are sharing that garage with other people, which is what you need to be mindful of. And that's what I'm going to get into in this video, is that when you drive these cars, it's not enough to just have security, because you guys know that CarLock, I truly believe, would have, you know, rectified this situation, would have stopped this from happening. Because as soon as they tried to break in, vibration detection, as soon as they got in the car and started the engine start detection, long story short, the owner would have been notified. Oh, that's wild. I mean, look at this. Literally, as I'm doing this video, engine start, vibration detection, or security enabled, and then braking, acceleration, Well, yeah, I'm in a Hellcat, so quite naturally, I'm going to be accelerating and braking hard. But you would have got hella notifications, which would let you know that something's going on with your car. And in that scenario, when your car is in a parking garage, nothing should be happening to your car. So you know that as soon as you get those notifications, get up and get out ASAP and get to your car. But you got to watch your environment and your surroundings, man. The fact of the matter is you guys do not know who's watching you when you come home and when you leave at night or when you leave in the morning, right? This looks like an inside job all day long. I mean, the likelihood of somebody just kind of walking around and finding a random parking garage and somehow or another sneaking in the parking garage and just looking around at all the cars around there and seeing a white Charger Hellcat Widebody, and they say to themselves, oh yeah, we want to steal this. And then somehow or another, they're able to make it out the garage without breaking it or anything like that. It was an inside job. 9 times out of 10, somebody that lives there saw this guy driving his Hellcat day and night, in and out, and said, oh, we got a white wide-body Hellcat in my parking garage. It parks in spot such and such on floor such and such. Normally, he comes home at 9 o'clock, and then it stays there from 9 o'clock to 9 a.m. in the morning when he goes to work. So you got all night long to do what you need to do and steal that car. And that's probably what happened right here. I mean, this looks like it because these guys took their time. Nothing looked like it was broken. The windows wasn't broken. Nothing was smashed. Everything looks like it was done intentionally almost, you know? So that tells me that this was an inside job. Somebody was watching this guy, watching him bring his car in and out. And then it was just a matter of striking at the opportune time, and they did that, and now the car is gone, and he's looking for a new Hellcat Widebody. So having a garage is not the answer, guys. For you guys out there that live in a complex where you have a garage, even if you have an individual garage, and maybe you live in an apartment complex or a condo and you have your own garage, just be aware of your surroundings. When I drive my car home and I pull into, well, first off, even before I pull into my neighborhood, I'm looking in my rearview mirror to make sure that I'm not being followed, because this actually has happened to me one time where I was pulling into my neighborhood or about to, and I'm 2 lights from my neighborhood. And so I'm looking in the rearview mirror and, you know, this car I'm looking at it and it's like, it's been following me for the last, I don't know, couple lights or whatever. So, you know, I slow down, I get in the right-hand lane. It gets in the right-hand lane too. I'm like, okay, that's a little weird. And I pull into my neighborhood. I do not go to my house, but I just happen to pull into my neighborhood, and I pull, you know, down one of the streets that obviously I don't live on, but I'm just kind of trying to test the waters and see where he's going. Well, he follows me. And I'm like, oh shit, like, this dude may have been trying to get the jump on me. Turns out it's one of my neighbors that lives in their neighborhood, and it just so happened that the street that I turned down to kind of throw him off, he actually lived on that, and he pulled in his house, the garage, and I opened the garage, drove his car in the garage and all that stuff. But it was one of those things where I did not go home or to my house until that car had gone in the driveway and gone in his garage and closed the garage and all that stuff. Like, I pulled over and just kind of stopped and put my hazards on while I looked in the rearview mirror and saw that that car was at their actual house, if that makes sense. So it's one of those things where before you pull into your neighborhood, your apartment complex, your condo, whatever, you need to be looking in your rearview mirrors. You need to make sure that nobody's following you, because that's what happens is people follow people home, and they may not hit you right then and there. You hope that they don't, because if they do, they're probably going to try to hit you upside the head and knock you out and take your car, which is a big problem. Or they just want to see where you live so that they can come back later and handle business. So the biggest thing, guys, is when you pull into your neighborhood, your complex, your apartment complex, whatever the case may be, just have your eyes peeled, man. Use what God gave you. God gave you 2 eyes and 2 ears for a reason, and 1 mouth, which means you need to be observing and listening twice as much as you're talking. So just know that when you drive one of these cars, whether it's a Scat Pack, Hellcat, RT, Charger, Challenger, Durango, T-Rex, whatever, Jeep, just know you got a target on your back. You know what I'm saying? Just know that you got a target on your back, and wherever you go, even if you're not going home, maybe you're going to a restaurant, or you're going to a mall or something like that, or a movie. I was going to say mall and then movie, and I somehow or another said mool, but movie or mall, just realize that you've got a target on your back and people are watching you. You know what I'm saying? So just keep your eyes open. In this particular case, he even told me that this looks like an inside job. So probably somebody had been watching him for some amount of time, just kind of planning his movements. And it was one of those things like, tonight is the night we're going to take his car. And unfortunately, it worked. Now, like I said, getting back to CarLock, in this particular situation, CarLock would have saved the day, to be honest with you, because it takes time. Even though people break into these cars, they use different methods for breaking in. Some people are able to use the key fob cloning method, where they get your key fob signal and they can basically unlock your car, start your car as if they had the car themselves. Either way, that's vibration detection from opening the door and sitting down. Engine start detection once they start the engine. Vehicle move detection once they actually move it. You should be able to get all three of these notifications back to back to back and know something's up. And then the other method is the good old-fashioned just breaking in your window, sliding in head first, and somehow or another ripping out the bottom of the dashboard. You know what I'm saying? Ripping out the bottom of the dashboard, you know, cutting wires, splicing and all that shit. Which, once again, vibrations like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Vibrations like crazy. You should be getting a notification, guys. I've been telling you what. I mean, use my code, Knockout360, save yourself some money. I mean, what's this? I think it's right now, it's on Amazon for like 44 bucks, 47 bucks, something like that. 47 bucks to protect your car. Come on now. You know, it's not a major investment. It's an investment in the sense that you're protecting your investment, but it's not a huge monetary investment, like going out and getting a legitimate third-party software or third-party security that's going to run you a band or two. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest here. But you guys need something is what I'm saying. Stop being cheap. Go out and get you something. If you got a $70, $60, $70, $80, $90,000 Hellcat, God forbid you paid six figures for your Hellcat. But even if you did, you got a $100,000 Hellcat, the least you can do is spend an extra $50 and get yourself some legitimate security so that you know what's going on with your car and when it's going on at all times. A lot of you guys don't realize this, but more people in your neighborhood know that you drive a Scat Pack or a Hellcat than you think. Like, you probably think that you just come and you come to work, or you go to work and you come home and you're on the low. I would argue that more people in your neighborhood know what you drive and know where you live and know where your car is than you think. More people are watching you than you think. I can't tell you how many times one of my neighbors from the other side of my neighborhood will say, man, that thing sounds good. It's like, how did you know it was me? How did you know it was my car? You know what I'm saying? Because people know these cars draw attention. Let's just be honest here. You know what I'm saying? No, none of these cars out here looks like ours or sounds like ours. So our cars naturally draw attention, right? But ultimately what I'm saying is that more people are watching you than you think. Okay? And that goes for any time. You go to the mall, you go to the movies, you go to your job, you park downtown at the parking deck or something like that. You go into a sports game or something like that. People are watching you. Trust me when I say that. I hate that this, guy went through what he went through. Hopefully he'll either get his car back or he can go out and get him a brand new one. But in either case, guys, for real, you need some sort of legitimate security, man. And I highly suggest you start with CarLock, because in this particular situation, if he had CarLock, he should have gotten at least 2 notifications before his car was gone. And that should have given him some time to make a decision as to how he wanted to handle the situation going forward. You know what I'm saying? But as always, it's been your boy Knockout 360, man. Having a garage is not the end all be all when it comes to securing these cars. You need legitimate security. All right? It's been your boy Knockout. I'll see you in the next one, man. Peace.